So this is AUD That's the trade we're currently in. We're currently on a buy right now. Right, the first entry is in profit. The second entry is in drawdown right now. I'll just go over it and then I'll try my best to explain why I called the buy on it. Right. So I will start my analysis on the monthly time frame. Right, that's where I place my key levels. Right, so I'm going to grab my lines. I'm going to place a support level down there. Right, as you guys can see, every time the market goes for that line, rejects it, and it just goes all the way up. Right, reject went up, and so on and so on and so on. So that is a good support level. Right, and I'm going to add a couple more levels as well. Right, as long as you have three touches or more. Right, some people say two or more. I say three or more because the more touches you have, the better. Right, so this is a good support level as well. You have one, two, three, four, five, six, and so on and so on and so on. Right. And as you guys can see, the market cannot seem to go past below 1.06576 because every time the market goes for that support level, right, went all the way up, touches again, went all the way up, and so on and so on and so on and so on, right? But if you're looking at it from here to there, then it is a resistance level, right? Because this will become the support, this will become the resistance level. But if you're looking at it from let's say this is the next level, right? So, but if you're looking at it from this to that, so this becomes a support level, if that makes sense, and then this becomes a resistance level, right? So this is where AUDNZ is currently at. Like I said before, it is very choppy and this pair moves very, very slow. To be honest, as soon as we make some money off of it, I'll definitely remove it because there's no need for us to be trading this pair, right? It takes forever to give you the move, and it is very, very, very choppy, right? So this is the monthly time frame. I'm not like I don't be doing too much in the monthly time frame apart from adding my support and resistance levels, right? So I'm going to go down into the weekly time frame, right? The weekly time frame is very similar to the monthly time frame. We use, most of the time you don't need to add anything, to be honest, right? Look at that, right? It's very, very choppy pair. Pretty much is been consolidating, to be honest. But I'm going to go into the daily time frame. The daily time frame, that's where we actually try our best to catch the play, right? Because we don't really be holding trades for like 3 weeks or 4 weeks, right? But this is AUD and ZD on the daily time frame. The daily time frame will tell you everything that you need to know, to be honest, right? And that's where I spend most of my time doing the technical analysis, right? So the first thing I realize is first thing first, I want to say Jeff sent us that there, right? And I looked at it, I'm like, that is a decent setup for us to get in, right? And that's why we took the trade. Right. So the first thing I always do is look on the left side to see what happened before I analyze what's going on the right side, right? On the left side, you can see the market was giving you highs, lows, lower highs, right? This is like equal low, right? And again, this is lower high again, right? And then lower lows and so on and so on and so on. So pretty much is when you see lower lows and lower highs, that is a good indication that the market is trending down, right? So you can grab your trend line, right? Start all the way up there and then drag it all the way down, right? To get as many touches as possible. So people will do it here, people will do it there. They'll both will be valid, to be honest, right? So I'll try to get as many touches as possible, right? So we know for a fact this was a solid downtrend because every time the market touches that green line, as you guys can see, right? Touch, drop, came all the way up there to give you a lower high. And I can guarantee you if you grab the fib from here to there, this would be like a solid 61% retracement, right? Let's try it. Let's see if you're looking for a sale way back in 20 this is July. It was July 2024. I'm like, since when were we in July? But if you're looking for a sale on ADNZD way back last year, July 21st, 2023, all you have to do is grab your fib, place it from the high to the low, right? And that's the same scenario that we did here, right? Look at that, guys. You place it from the high to the low, right? And guess what? Came, let me try to get as many touches as possible. There we go, right? Came to the 61.8%. This is our sweet spot, right? You got the low, right? If you're looking for a sell, you have to start at the 100% all the way down to the 0%. Then the sweet spot is the 61.8%. Give you 1, 2, 3, 4 touches at the 61.8%. You place your sell, place your stop loss at the 78.6. And guess what? We jumped all the way down to smash TP1 at 0%, and then went all the way down again to smash CP2 at minus 27%. So pretty much the same thing that we're doing on the right side. This is why it is always crucial to look on what happened on the left side first, right? Same thing again, touch, drop, and so on and so on. Then if you grab your fib and place it from here to there, again, this will be a 50% or 61.8% retracement. So, right, this was definitely a good zone to be selling AUD and ZD, right? But the minute AUD and ZD went above the downtrend, came back to retest it, right? And then since it has been going up, you should be looking for buys only, because overall it is currently trending up. Even if you zoom in a little bit, this is why I always tell you guys, do not confuse the current trend and the overall trend, right? The overall trend is always going to overpower the current trend, if that makes sense, right? So this is where we currently are for AD and ZD, right? When above it came back, give you 1, 2, 3 touches at the trend, right? And it just took all the way off, right? So what we did is the next step, the minute you get the trend right on the daily time frame, in this scenario, right, we know AD and ZD is currently trending up. The reason being is because it is this whole area is trending above this downtrend area, if that makes sense, right? Because this is downtrend, 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 downtrend. Now this is pretty much an uptrend, right? Well, this is not like the perfect uptrend, because this is the perfect downtrend, right? Because the perfect downtrend, the perfect trend will get lows and highs and so on and so on and so on, right? Because this is pretty much like a break and a retest, and it just took all the way off. I don't really trade break and retest like that, right? I would have loved for AUD entity to give us like lows, higher lows, and so on and so and so on and so on. Pretty much the same thing that happened on the left, but this is pretty much the first high low that it gave us, right? This is why I always tell you guys, right? It doesn't matter how long it takes, just wait for the market to give you the next structure for you to get in, right? So as soon as you get the trend right on the daily time frame, which is the uptrend, so you should be looking for buys only, right? The next step that I did was to mark my key structures, right? So I'm going to place this box, rectangle box down there to tell me this was the low that push AUD and ZD all the way up, right? This is the low, right? And then the market went all the way up to give you a high up there. I got the low, got the high, and guess what, guys? If you're buying AUD and ZD, let's say you see the low, the high, and then you're thinking this is actual structure and you're buying it, right? And then obviously you'll be money, and then they just dump it on you, right? Because this is not an actual structure. Because for it to be an actual high low, it has to be at least a 50% or 61% retracement, right? So if you grab your Fibonacci retracement and place it from the low, let's say quote unquote, you think this was the high, right? Guess what, guys? This is not even like a 38.2% retracement, right? It's not even close, right? So what we did is we took our time and wait for the market to actually give us a proper retrace, right? So we placed the Fibonacci retracement from the actual low, right? This or that, it doesn't matter, right? The actual low all the way to the actual high. Right? Got the low, the high, and then we waited for the market to come to drop to the 61% retracement. Let me zoom in so I can show it to you guys real quick, right? And get what? And guess what, guys? As soon as you see the market respects the 61% retracement to create the higher low. So this is pretty much the first higher low that AUD and ZD gave us since it went all the way up, right? So this is the first higher low, right? You got 1, 2, 3 touches at the 61% retracement, close above it, close above it, sorry, and then also give you some bullish momentum as well. So we got in this, I think around this area for the first entry, and the second entry was up there, right? So the first entry is probably currently up 20 pips, and the second entry is probably down like 15 or 20 pips, something like that, right? So pretty much is we got the low, high, got the higher low, that's where you place your buy, right? And then we're going to ride it all the way up to the 0%. Like Jeff said, as soon as it goes for that monthly resistance level, we'll definitely be taking at least 80% of our money and then move our stop loss to profit or break even, right? So we got in first entry up there, and then we'll be riding it all the way up there. This is pretty much a swing trade, right? That's about like 280 pips, right? And then I think we're risking about 40 some pips for the first entry, right? And then if you guys trying to hold it even longer, because remember, guys, for it to be like an uptrend, it has to give you higher highs and higher lows, right? So you got the low, got the high, you got the higher low, right? The market gotta go up, right? past the previous high. Obviously, as soon as it touches the most recent structure, it's going to retrace. But the key is he has to go past the previous high, right? To give you the next higher low at the minus 27. That's when you know this is a proper uptrend, right? So it'll be something like this, right? So 0% is always going to be your TP1 and minus 27% is going to be your TP2 because 0%, that's where the previous structure was, which is the high. Then minus 27% is going to be the higher high. Remember, guys, if the market is trending up, it has to give you low, high, higher, low. And then guess what? This will be what, guys? Low, high, higher, low. And then this is what?
High, high.
Yeah,
High,
right,
high.
exactly, right? So it's the same thing on the left, guys, right? That's what I'm telling you. Always look what happened on the left first before you analyze what's going on the right side, right? You got the low, sorry, you got the high. This is the opposite of this, right? You got the high, you got the low, and you have the what? What do you guys call this?
Where you at? Yeah.
Right? You have the low, sorry, you have the high, you have the low,
Mm-hmm.
and you have the what?
A lower high.
The
Higher
lower high,
low.
right? Which is the opposite of an uptrend. A downtrend is going to give you lower highs and lower lows. And an uptrend is going to give you
Lower high.
lows and higher highs, exactly, right? So as soon as the market goes to give you the next higher lows, right? At the minus 27%, then guess what? Right? And you see it, let's say if this trade goes away, right? To go smash TP1 at the 0%, and then to go smash TP2 at minus 27%, which is going to be a huge back, by the way, right? And then as soon as we see the market retracing again, right? Because after the market gives you the next higher high, it's going to retrace to give you a what, guys? Right? Let me remove the fit to show it to you guys, right? So as soon as we see the market gives us the next higher high, right? All we have to do is repeat the same process again, right? Just grab your fit retracement, right? Place it from the most recent higher low, right? To the most recent higher high, right? From the 100% to the 0%, and you'll be waiting for the market to come between the 50 and the 60 and then in the 61% to give you a what?
Lower high.
Say it again.
Is that lower high or higher low?
Higher low, right? And an
Higher low.
uptrend, yeah, exactly. In the uptrend, you get higher lows and higher highs. And as soon as you see the market gives you the higher low again at the 15.61%, then you
Yeah.
buy it again, right? Then it should take off to smash TP1 at the 0%, and then to smash TP2 at minus 27%. And then you got to keep repeating the same process again over and over and over and over again. Right? Pretty much the same thing that was happening on the left side. Right? This is exactly how we trade, right? We try to stay on the right side of the market at all times, right? If it is in an uptrend, we'll be looking for buys only, right? If it is a downtrend, we'll be looking for sales only. All you have to do is place your fib and wait for the market to give you the next structure for you to get in.